Hey everybody, I'm Tim and welcome to Cigars Daily Live, coming to you from sunny Phoenix, Arizona with a new era of Cigars Daily Live. This episode, we're going to conquer and unwind and really, quite frankly, we're going to untangle a mess that we've got ourselves in as an industry. In the world of cigars, things are changing and moving at a snail's pace, as they have for 600 years. The cigar industry is typically last to the party when it comes to so many things. And once in a while we innovate. And now we've innovated in the world of cigar swag and stuff. And I don't know if we did the right thing here. You're all going to help us figure that thing out tonight. My name is Tim. I'm the host of this show. And you watching at home, you are the co-host. Your comments and questions will drive this episode, so drop them down below, regardless of where you're watching, whether it's YouTube or Facebook or on Rumble or on our own community of Cigars Daily Plus, where we will be going for the after party, the later part of this show that doesn't go on Facebook and YouTube. We'll do that on Plus and Rumble. Listen, big things coming down the pipes. I've got a profound amount to cover tonight, but if you guys haven't heard, what we're going to be pulling apart and dissecting tonight is this redonkulous notion, this insane notion of cigar swag. I have some to show you right here. That's not really swaggies. These are my 5 statues that I got for myself, and they're very beautiful and attractive. But we're gonna pull this apart together, and I will be here with you to answer your comments. But of course, I also can't do this show alone. I need a crack team of very sober-minded people to help me run this show.
We're not sober.
And I took the best that I could get. So sitting behind the camera doing comments tonight is Billy, the cock of the wall.
Yes,
dude, it took
I finally
us
remembered
3 months to get that half-hearted chicken arms out of Billy. He's just like, okay.
All right.
If it was like, if this was a commercial, it'd be like, do 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 do. That was so sad, Billy. I want to see some cock in the walk.
You got
Figuratively,
something out
not
of
literally, not literally.
Okay.
The studio audience is just shaking their head. They said, Tim, that's none of us want to see that. Okay. I want to see some rooster in your booster, buddy.
There we go.
Sitting next to him. Woo. I can't believe that they let me run this. El Rey del Terry.
That comment's crazy, by the way. Billy, who put that? Was that you that put that up?
Yeah, I did.
Billy has white boy rhythm from
Facts.
and drummer. That's from a drummer, dude. And so that's official. You're official. White boy rhythm.
Oh my gosh.
There is, just so you guys know, Terrence has a rule around the Cigars Daily HQ that I am not allowed to dance.
Nah, not at all.
He's like gone footloose on you. He's like pulled the town.
It's not like, it would be like if the movie Footloose, if they outlawed the dancing for the good of all the people, because that's what it is around here. I'm not allowed to dance, not because I have a passion for dancing, but because when I don't dance, everybody else makes it out. And Billy's taking comments tonight, but I also have them. So I'm just going to take this one from Billy's wife, Michelle. Oh, she says, that's facts. White boy rhythm is a real thing. And Billy's wife is a Latina.
Hey,
so she would.
You liked my dancing last night. So.
Oh, damn.
No, I went to bed early last night. Let's be honest.
I went to bed early. We didn't even see each other.
Sunday.
Of course, in addition to an amazing cast and crew here, we are also joined by the Cigars Daily Live studio audience. Woo! And thank you guys for being here. This is wonderful. I appreciate all of you.
Thank you for having me.
They're the ones whose eyes I look to know if I've really driven the road off the rails, because they're typically looking at me like, wow, okay. I want to start by diving into your comments. There's a lot to cover tonight. We've got we're going to take a look at the American Viking Forgekeeper statue and talk about how Cigar Swag is, quite frankly, it's impalatable now. We can't even hang with it anymore. We're going to talk a little bit more about Cigartopia. We've got some headlines for you guys and a bunch of picks of the week. So, Billy, start us off with some comments.
Where is the?
It's a segue. The comment that I picked is a segue comment. You don't have to pick it.
You don't have to. Okay.
You have to take it up front.
Ooh, here we go.
Thank you, Terrence. Terrence spends too much time sitting around me talking about YouTube's community guidelines. So he's like become super sensitive. Corey B is coming in tonight. He says, I am going to light up El Pupo.
Ah, it's a delicious cigar.
I was
Who
talking
make that?
El Pupo.
I don't know.
Yeah. Who makes El Pupo?
Does Billy know the name?
Yeah, Billy. Do you know?
Well, the guy's name is Billy.
The guy,
really?
his name is Billy.
His name
Yeah.
is Billy.
I didn't know that.
I'll say this. I was having a conversation with, and I don't remember who this was. It was over the weekend. I was talking with some people about common cigar brand names that people mispronounce constantly. And they're, oh, no, this was last week on the Unbanded podcast.
Yes. Yeah,
with
yeah,
the
yeah.
guys on Unbanded, which was a great podcast. I had an absolute blast hanging out with those guys. And we were talking about cigar names that people always mispronunciate. And they were talking about, Plasencia. They get Plasencia wrong. You can guess how that goes. Oliva is Olivia. And I told them about Billy pronouncing El Pulpo, which is Spanish for the octopus, El Pulpo, because Billy legitimately cannot pronounce any Spanish words, even though his wife is Spanish.
Look, English is hard enough for me. Don't get me
yeah.
started on a new language.
Here are the ground rules, right, guys? Tim, no dance. Billy, no Spanish.
See,
No.
What did I say? First world problems? Are these white world problems? Okay.
did anyone agree and say they also have said poop hole before?
I don't think
No,
I've said it until
no.
you said
No,
Okay.
everybody, it never occurred to a single person watching this show until they heard you say it. And now they can't unhear it.
Yeah.
Chris Krim says, El Poop Hole in all caps. Mike Deffenborough says it as well. Okay, there we go. Lots going on. Oops, I grabbed that one. Oh, Sean D. Turner turned it into emojis. And Vashfire, who is clearly Latin in one degree or another, says, ja, 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 ja. That's the Latin way of saying ha, ha, ha. Ja, ja, ja.
Thank
you
you
for
for the
explaining
translation.
Well, I don't know who knows that. I learned that because I'm an avid Duolingo doer, okay? I do Duolingo, and it taught me that. Ja, ja, ja. All right. Billy, get us a comment. Nathaniel Giles says, I'm still giggling over Billy butching the Ramon Iones on CD Plus 2 weeks ago. Ram on.
All
alone.
ones. Ram on
Yeah.
all ones.
Oh, Billy. Billy.
Oh, Billy.
We're gonna create a whole series of cigars just for Billy to say the names of them. He'll announce them every week. We'll come up with some names together, everybody. Don't worry. Billy will be on his yacht somewhere, and he won't even know. He'll come back. He'll walk right into it. All right, we got a ton to do. Listen, if you guys don't know, the cartographers are out there in the ocean. They're studying the map of the world. We thought we had found it all, but truth be told, we hadn't. We found a mythical, mystical, wonderful, beautiful land right off the coast of Mexico. This wonderful place is called Cigartopia. It's a cigar-centric country. We've covered it plenty of times on this show. If you watch the show regularly, you know it's a land of luxury and leaf. This is where cigar lovers get to live their lives, enjoy their passion, and nobody tells them not to do it. In fact, it's illegal not to do it in Cigartopia. Looks like that right there. It is the same shape as the country of Lithuania, but is not. It is not the same country for sure. And coming up, we are giving free admission, free customs visits. I don't know. How much does it cost to go into a country? A lot, right?
Yeah.
It costs a lot. You can go visit Cigartopia coming up November 22nd. Actually, and I do want to say this. A few weeks ago, while Billy may not be able to pronounce octopus in Spanish correctly, he did correctly point out that this shape of the country behind Cigartopia's Isla del Sabor is not the correct one.
I know my shapes.
He knows his shape. That's your claim to fame. Billy didn't try to put the triangle in the square hole.
No.
Everything after that in school was really tough.
I stopped there. I thought that was just like the pinnacle.
I stopped there. When I got to shapes, I was like, this is my niche. This is my groove. I'm in it. I went back to my graphic artist. And I had to explain this when we were doing Cigartopia this year. I was like, by the way, there's this thing in the Cigars Daily Nation about Cigartopia is this particular shape. So here we go, Billy, just for you. Cigartopia's Isla del Sabor, the playground of pleasure, palate pleasure, pure. You know what? Never mind. It's alliteration.
All right. Yep.
But it's not my alliteration, so I can't read it. No better than Billy. This is the time to visit the country of Cigartopia in an event that's happening at the HQ in the parking lot, by the way. This is a big parking lot event, and we're going to have some special guests in attendance. Of course, Steve Saka is going to be there. He's got his passport for Cigartopia. He'll be there in the flesh to talk about his new project, Lechebura, New Dunbarton. And along with that, we've got Terrence Riley. Oops, that's Justin Andrews. Sorry, I went in the wrong order.
It's okay.
Terrence Riley from Aganorsa Leaf is going to be at Cigartopia as well with his new project, and that is the Aganorsa Leaf Rare Leaf Reserve Shade.
Look at that tan he's rocking in that photo.
Yeah, it's not color corrected at all. I stole this directly off his Facebook account. Look how handsome he looks and good. And then, of course, Justin Andrews with his adorable boyish face. I just love that guy. He'll be there with a new project as well. There's a lot to tell about that. You'll be able to get more details about it. Will there be axe throwing? I don't know for sure yet. I'm still working on that. It seems like people really liked the axe throwing.
It was fun.
I see the studio audience is like, someone's snacking over there. Just like, yeah, okay. Yeah, studio audience is pretty good. The snacks are good, though. It's good. It's all right. My snacker's looking at me like that was like it was a betrayal of trust that I said that. Okay. So, yeah, learn more about that on the community on Cigars Daily Plus and on Rumble. We'll talk about the event, what's going on at the event. I'm still lining up the activities. I don't know if it's going to be axe throwing or something else just as cool. I do have another thing that I intend to add to the Cigartopia event. Anyway, learn more about it. It's going to be a blast. And we'll talk about it on the after party. All right, Billy. Now I want to take some comments from the fine and wonderful people at home. I see them rolling in to the tune of several hundred. So why don't you pick something?
Just start getting after it.
Get after it, dude. Get after this whole thing. Fireborn. The Decenio. Oh, man. I'm amazed anyone else stays in business with AJ Fernandez around. I'm surprised AJ Fernandez stays in business.
Yeah.
That was literally, was that not on the tip of all of our tongues? The truth is AJ's factory just had a big fire. That being said, in the very much the spirit of Nicaragua, everyone gathered around AJ and he had a new factory rebuilt and opened very quickly. Although several significant hiccups in the industry have happened as a result of this factory fire. And there are several cigars that are almost impossible to find out there because of the factory fire. And these are cigars like Johnny Tobacco Knot, made in the AJ Fernandez factory, the Diesel, Vintage, Maduro, and now the Natural as well, fallen prey to the delays caused, I believe, almost entirely by this fire. So big deal going on, but I will agree with you on this point. Fireborn. That Decenio, why would you put out a cigar that rivals the original cigar, a 10-year anniversary New World Decenio that, in my opinion, is a level of refinement above the original New World Oscuro?
But isn't that what you would want?
I guess.
As an anniversary, as a dedicating to 10 years of the legacy, you'd want it to be good. You don't want it to come out and people I'll just go for the same. I think if it's your 10th anniversary, I know it's good. I've had it. It's fantastic. It might be one of my favorite things you put your name on so far, right? So it's one of those things where to celebrate a milestone and all of that, it has to definitely live up to the legacy and maybe even surpass it, just so you can stamp your flag right there and say, this is it. I don't know. I love that cigar, and I'm happy that I enjoy it as much as I do the original, which has a dark Sumatra wrapper. The Mexican San Andreas was a prime choice for a wrapper leaf on that.
Wow, Terrence, that was some good work right there. Good work. Thank you. Yeah, you're 100%.
Sorry, I'm a nerd.
All right, let's keep cruising. I want more comments. Drop your cigar comments and questions down below. Billy, you clearly have
Speaking of
something.
Terrence.
Oh, no.
Northern Illinois says, since Terrence did his model shot Any updates on the
Shoot.
Cigars Daily Calendar? You know what? I was going to wait to do this, but I think we
Okay.
should jump into a segment that we do every week here on this show called the Cigars Daily Nation Pick of the Week. Now, listen, these pictures come from the Cigars Daily Nation Facebook group. It is one of the largest Facebook groups for cigars. And I'll give you a little background to this before we start, and then we're going to segue into the, you know what, we'll do some of the pick of the weeks now.
Okay.
Terrence will do some of them later.
Okay.
Earlier this week, I got my hands on the Cohiba Rubicon, and I was really taken aback by what Cohiba did with the Rubicon. If you haven't heard of this project, Cohiba is a ultra premium cigar brand. They cater to people who make more money than you do. That's the best way to put it.
Mhm.
So the cigars ain't cheap. But the Cohiba Rubicon is like the economy line, daily stick, daily smoke for the daily person. So now, if you like if you're a guy who's into Decenio, you can definitely find a Cohiba Rubicon in your humidor. And so I got enough of it to choke an elephant, as I said online, and I wanted to show off the collection. And so I used Terrence for a size comparison, and this is what that picture looked like. There we go. And by the way,
Oh, Billy, you haven't seen this yet.
I
have you?
have not seen any of these.
I'm going to tell you all up front, it requires basically nothing to get Terrence to do this.
No.
Okay.
Not at all. Yeah.
He'll slump and slope into this position right here with no prompting at all. He'll just come and do it. And so he laid out like that. And immediately people used, I assume, AI applications to take Terrence out of this
Oh.
picture and begin putting him into other pictures. So this one is from the Facebook group. Dan F says, look what I found. It's a picture of Terrence. And if you look close, it might be hard to see if you're looking at it on your phone. This is like an AI recreation of it, because Terrence looks like a 16-year-old boy trying to grow a mustache.
And it says Cohiba spelled with an E.
Does it really?
Yeah.
It also, okay, can we go back to the original first?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's definitely an AI picture because the angle is different as well. Go
Yeah.
back to it again.
Yeah. It's definitely AI'd.
That is for sure
That's
AI.
amazing. Way to go, AI.
You look like,
The hands were there. Like it's
it's, well, go back to the other one. I want to see the suit again. Yeah, it gets the tie and everything. That's pretty impressive. All right,
That's
AI's
pretty
doing a great
good.
job. So they dropped this picture in the Facebook group. Now, the picture is made to look like Terrence is sitting in front of all this Cohiba at TPE 2025, to which I replied, this is the closest Terrence has been to a trade show. And I thought that was pretty clever. So did 11 other people. So thanks to all 11
I
of
was
you.
one of those 11, by the way.
And this just kept popping up in the group over the week. A couple people's got taken down, but the next one popped up right here. This one's from Chris K. Chris got Terrence with a crown laying on the rim of an ashtray. Would you think Terrence would ever have better things to do? Or you would think Terrence would have better things to do. And there's a speech bubble there that says, is that an El Rey or are you just happy to see me? He's got the El Rey appointment. That's just wrong. That's wrong. Okay, there you go. We're going to come back to the pick of the
Chris.
weeks. We got a lot more to get a hold of here, but
Oh my gosh.
yeah. And by the way, if you haven't seen it, I did do a review of the Rubicon, the Cohiba Rubicon, and Terrence and I had a squabble, a little bit of a tiff, and this is essentially the issue. Most cigar brands will put cigars out in several sizes, and those sizes are the only difference is length and girth, ring gauge, right? And not with the Cohiba Rubicon. The Robusto is a 5.5 by 54 box press Robusto. The Toro is a 6 by 55 round cigar. And that does change the blend a little bit, and a noticeable amount, I would say, between the Robusto and Toro. And I think the Robusto is the far superior Vitola. Terrence argues and maintains that, or has maintained, that the Toro is the far superior Vitola. But that is right up until I was going to review it. And I asked Terrence if he would come review it alongside of me. So we sat down. There's a video on this channel, whether you're watching on Cigars Daily Plus or on Rumble or on YouTube, you can go watch the review. Terrence and I reviewed these side by side to discover that Terrence didn't even think as much of the Toro as I thought of the Robusto. The Robusto scored an 88, and his beautiful Toro scored at 86.
Or I'm just the harsh reviewer. What can I say?
Well, you can say that. That's kind of what I thought you were gonna say. That was kind of my. Do you have any do you have any defense now? Is that the
not
whole defense?
necessarily. Again, it was my first time, so like I was just kind of going with the flow, just doing all the tallying, and then when I was like, oh, that was a lower number than I thought, because I really thoroughly enjoyed it. So maybe I haven't used the review journal enough to be as efficient and effective of getting my message out as you are. But I still enjoy the Toro a whole lot. I like that 55 ring gauge. It's really smooth on that front half, and it does definitely evolve when you're smoking it. But again, it's one of those things where this is my first time. I might have been a little harsh. We'll figure out.
Well, some people are tougher scorers. Do you remember when you were in school and some teachers, like at the beginning of the year, the teacher's like, everyone in this class starts off with a 100 and all of you do your best and you'll spread your wings and fly like butterflies into your future. And other teachers were like, you all start with a 0. Most of you are not smart enough to pass this class. That's the two speeds of teachers.
The Russian judge of gymnastics that gives like the zeros.
Yes,
every time.
yeah, 100%. And you know that with the teacher that starts you off with a 100, you're going to be able to get away with basically anything. With the teacher that starts you with a 0, you're going to have to actually work for it. So everyone hates that. Yeah,
work for it.
And so it really depends on what kind of reviewer you are.
Hopefully you had a geometry Russian math teacher, because they might have liked you.
They would have both said El Pulpo the same way.
Billy, can you tend to be one of my El Pulpos?
Send me El Pulpo. All right. I'm going to take a few comments here, Billy. We're going to see what these people have to say. Find people at home. Here we go.
You're taking it. Right.
I'm going to take a few. Toro all day from Cigars to Burn. And I'm willing to bet some of you Toro pushers on this one. All right. It's what you are. You're pushing Toros. Haven't even tried
a Toro pusher.
I know. But I also respect the difference in sizes. See, when it suits me and when it helps me make a point. Kyle Weipert says, Mr. Toro doesn't like the Toro. Not when the other size is better. Mike Deffenborough says, Tim, we went over this. The Toro is the appropriate size for all cigars. And Dirty Bird Bill, who, by the way, is catching us remote tonight. Thanks for joining us. And thank you for the C4 Hawaiian punch flavor that I'm enjoying thoroughly. Tim and Terrence kiss and make up.
Kiss.
Kiss. I don't even know what to say to that.
Is that your Mike Tyson impersonation? No kiss.
Ben Stronge says, I don't think I've ever seen a 55 ring gauge cigar before. I believe that the Monte Cristo Espada signature is a 6x55, if I'm not mistaken.
Valiente size, yes, sir.
The Valiente size. I also thought it was very fascinating that the box press was a 54 and the round was a 55. Okay, lots more to do. Drop your cigar comments and questions down below. And Billy, you got the comments, bro.
There's the elephant in the room we need to discuss, because people keep bringing it up and we got to get rid of it.
Listen, anything that we as a community need to talk about to get together, be a good community, I want to do.
Well, you're going to want to talk about it.
Okay. Kevin Krug says, does anyone have that new American Viking thingamajig? That's a good question. I think when he says thingamajig, I think he's talking about this. All right. This is the topic of tonight's show. We're talking about it. Has Cigar Swag gone too far? We're clearly in a new era of cigar junk that you get that's cool, that you want and like add to your cigar collection. And this has shaped a lot over time and reformed as I have gotten into the cigar industry. Truth be told, when I first started doing this, brick and mortar cigar events were really the only thing that was around for the most part. There were some of these large festivals, but for the most part, the average cigar lover would go to an event at their local shop. And when you did this, what you would find in terms of Cigar Swag was mostly lighters, cutters. We did a lot of hats, I'll tell you that. Oliva has probably started their own hat company at this point, because there was this like cream-colored Oliva hat. It wasn't particularly good looking, but every guy over the age of 45 had to have one.
Yep. The brown with the gold on it.
100%. So lighters, cutters, ashtrays, hats, humidors, travel humidors, and everything that we did in terms of Cigar Swag had one miraculous, amazing thing in common. It did something. It had a function. You could use it for something. And now, over the last few years, I'm going to set this aside for a second. Over the last few years, Cigar Swag has kind of begun to evolve, or you might even say devolve, into something else interesting and unique. And I am seeing Cigar Swag the most desired, the most sought after cigar swag on the planet is like non-functional stuff that's highest value is its collectability. And there's one item in the cigar industry that I have seen that is the single most sought after, beloved, desired, sold on eBay for $1,000 piece of cigar swag that I have ever seen. And of course, I am talking about the Dunbarton Tobacco and Trust Saka Squatch.
Oh, I thought you were going to talk about the Johnny Tobacco Nut statue.
This, I mean, it's even still that big statue. Everyone talks about it because they saw it online, but people don't have them in their house. Wives don't call when they accidentally broke their husband's Saka Squatch, terrified for their lives, trying to figure out how to get a new one. And Terrence and I can both tell you that with this little 7.5 inch
that's a real
character,
thing.
Oh yeah.
Oh, bro. Women would call and their voices were shaking. They're like, I broke my I was dusting the mantle and I broke the Saka Squatch. It's like they've got it next to their mother's ashes, you know?
Like I'm like
please
tell me if you're okay. Like it's a statue. Like, are you do I need to call
Do you
somebody?
need to order a pizza right now?
Are you safe? If you're not safe, just do this and we'll be okay.
Here, call me on FaceTime. Let me know if you have any.
FaceTime me and show me your hands. So so last year when Saka was out for Sakatober or whatever the hell we called it, I was talking to him and I was telling him about this weird anomaly. I said, I don't understand, Steve. I don't understand how you made this damn thing that doesn't do anything and everybody like loves it. It's like the coolest thing ever. And it really started to reshape the way that I've seen cigar swag. And now across the industry, the things in cigars that people are getting all lathered up over is like challenge coins, collectible sets of challenge coins and statuettes and pictures of things. Like it's all kinds of different stuff. And so I was talking to Saka about this and I told him about the statue. I said, I don't understand it. And he said, Tim, I'll give you the name of the guy who helped me design it. He's like, it's not like a secret. I'm not like keeping a closely guarded secret here. And Saka, even at that point, showed me some stuff that he's working on for Dunbarton for later this year. And I think that the cigar world has some cool stuff to be very excited about. If people love our Saka Squatch, I'm sure there's people watching right now who are commenting about it. There's other Dunbarton cool stuff that doesn't actually do anything coming. Now, when he did that, this is last October, I set out to work right away. I started working with the same guy that made the Saka Squatch, who, by the way, is a long-time cigar industry swag guy. Okay. And he has made some of the most desirable cigar swag out there. And so I called him and I said, hey, I want to do something really cool for American Viking. And he said, cool. What do you want it to do? And I said, well, that's the thing. It doesn't seem like it has to do anything. It just has to be cool. And he's like, oh, okay, well, that's really easy. He said, what are your ideas, Tim? And I sent him a few of my ideas, which, by the way, were dumb. They were dumb ideas. If this had been left up to me, you would add a little Viking figurine or a little dumb Viking boat thing that was a cigar rest or something like that. All my ideas were just
did something.
It would have been functional, but it would have been stupid. And so he took it over to his guy who did the mock-ups and he created this, the American Viking Forgekeeper statue. Now, disclaimer, it doesn't do anything. It just sits there and looks at you, but it's absolutely striking. And this was the thing that swept me off my feet. He sent me pictures of this while I was picking my son up from school. I was driving through the parking lot, which if you have kids and you do the pickup at school, you know that it is like the worst thing that a human being can have to go through, you know,
I don't know,
first world
prison.
problems in America today, just about. as a parent, you're going to hate it. And my son gets in the car, and I'm looking at a digital mock-up of this on my phone. And Silas jumped in the car. He's like, "What's that?" And this guy, the swag designer, he says, "Is that your son?" I said, "Yeah." He goes, "Silas, what do you think of that thing?" And he was like, "Oh, that's so cool." So Silas started like asking questions about it. And then our swag designer said, "Silas, would it be cool if the sword comes out and if the axes come out and stuff?" And so he had a long conversation with Silas. Long story short, it was way too expensive to make the sword come out or do anything else. So here we are back at a functionless, amazing looking, adorable statue. On one side, American Viking, the logo, the way I probably wish I had done it initially. And on the other side, the Cigars Daily channel logo. And so it's legitimately my favorite thing that I've done outside of like cigar blends themselves. I don't think anything quite as cool has come out of my world. There you go. Now you guys see it. We're going to talk more about this on the community, on Cigars Daily Plus, and on Rumble. And I do know that some people have these thingy-majigs, as it's put. But I want to get to some of your comments first. So, Billy?
We got a lot of comics coming in on this one.
Do it.
We had some more suggestions.
Felipe Barriento says, "I want the Cigars Daily Crew action figures." Do you really?
That'd be sweet.
No, because my figure's just gonna come out looking like Travis Scott. I don't need that. I'm okay.
It'd be posing everywhere.
Terence's is gonna look like this. It only lays down in that position, and the only part that articulates is the part you don't want to articulate. All right. Sorry, Terrence.
Wow.
Will it pass through airport security? I have not tried. And we also know that TSA has no, like, they've got one set of rules for what you can and can't bring on an airplane, but there's no even distribution of how those rules are applied. So I'm going to say, I don't know. Maybe not. I'll tell you, the axe blades are not. This is what's the stuff called? Resin. It's a resin statue. It's not metal. It's all made out of one substance.
It's not lead and asbestos.
It's not lead or asbestos, probably. It also is hand painted. They're hand painted up and down. You can see gold inlay. We throw that back up.
Those are all hand painted.
Yeah.
And I'm not even like selling this.
I know.
Is just.
I was shocked when I got it because when he told me they were going to hand paint these, I said, "How many people and how long are they going to spend hand painting them?" You can see that right up here near the handle there is Shredder from the Ninja Turtles. I think that's supposed to be a Viking, but
you're going to get a cease and desist letter from Donnie.
Yeah, that's coming. Yeah, it's got Shredder on it. It's got some dragons and stuff. I mean, all the stuff that a Viking would have. And then, of course, up near the hilt of the handle is the Vigiseer. The Viking.
Did he answer how many people and how long it takes to hand paint each one?
No.
All right.
That's stuff that's closely guarded by the Chinese government. We don't
China.
know. We have no idea.
China.
We have no idea. Tariffs were paid on these, though, so enjoy. It's true.
You got to do a voice for this one.
Oh,
and I want a super naggy voice.
Oh, no.
Is this one of my wife's comments? my wife. Tim. Tim. It's time to say hi to your wife. Hi, honey. I love you. I love you very much. You're the best. I'm sorry for what I said to you last night when I called you on the phone. If you guys didn't see my short today, I called Allison last night, and when she answered the phone, I said something incredibly dirty. And
is it what you told me about this morning?
Yes.
Yes.
And she said, "The phone is on speakerphone and our son is sitting right next to me," which normally you'd be embarrassed. I would be embarrassed if anyone heard me say to my wife what I said to her. That would be a blush moment. But because it's my teenage son, it's kind of a dominance thing. It's kind of like you got to let the boy know that you're in charge. And your mom jokes at a certain point are what you got. Yeah, that's what you got. Basically 12 to 18. That's the only thing you can really lord over a young man. All right.
Especially since he's going to be taller than you in a couple of years.
I know. Kids, they think they know everything until you throw that one out there. And then they don't know much. Age1 says, "Epic call. The young man must have been scarred." Not as scarred as he's gonna be.
Oh, wow. Wow.
He's got a lot of more long years to live with me, calling my wife and saying whatever comes out of my mouth. All right, love you, baby. Thanks for coming to the show. My wife, the wrench. That'd be a cool statue to do. It's just a wrench, but it doesn't actually work. It doesn't wrench anything. Oh,
Make sure it's a 10 millimeter, but it's not strong enough to tighten any bolts.
That would be fantastic. A 10 millimeter socket wrench made of resin that wouldn't work. It would just break. That's what we've gone to. Go for it, Billy.
We need a British accent.
Right. Crusty Man Meat says, those American Viking stands are sweet, though. The swag we get in the UK is pretty much non-existent. Thanks for watching the show, Crusty Man Meat. Appreciate that.
Oh, I just got the name too.
Yeah, that's awful.
That is a crusty accent.
All right, so here is the question. This is my big question for you. Drop your answer down in the comments. Legitimately, we're in a new era of swag. Have we gone way too far with this stuff? Like, should we have stayed with lighters and cutters and ashtrays and baubles and widgets and weevils and all the kind of stuff that here's what I know. All of the aficionados that I know, myself included, I got more branded lighters and cutters and stuff than I'll ever know what to do with. 2 drawers in my desk filled with this stuff. So at some point, maybe it becomes too much. Are the collectibles like the thing? Like, even though a statue like this doesn't physically, technically do anything. And of course, I want to name drop Steve Saka and Dunbarton Cigars, which, by the way, the cigar industry holds as substantially superior to American Viking in a lot of ways. Are these the future of Cigar Swag? Are these the kind of things that people are going to be like getting blushed about coming up in the future? Or should we work our way back to the world of, here, I'm going to put the Saka squeeze, going to be peering over my statues. Should we work our way back to something like logical that makes sense? Hold on really quick. I do want to make one statement. Drew Estate just recently did this. It was a blackened whiskey smoking kit.
Oh, yeah.
Now, it was useful and something I hadn't seen done before, which is essentially a little burner that goes on your whiskey glass. You burn some scented or flavored wood chips in there.
Yeah.
And it smokes your whiskey. It gives it a little bit of a smokiness. That's useful. So what direction do you guys think we go? And Billy, I want to hear from the comments. This one's from
it's moving fast.
I know it is moving fast. Whiskey Gin says yes. Saline Adler says both. Louis Camacho says make them an ashtray.
I've already got 15.
I got the same problem. Tess Keffer says too much stuff to dust.
Tess is breaking his own.
Her. Close.
What? Tess could be a guy.
Tess could be a guy's name. Okay. But Tess knows what's up. Tess has to dust her house. I'll say this, Terrence.
Yes.
I want to hear your opinion on this. Billy, you go ahead and keep pulling those comments, throw them up on the screen as we go. And if we see one that we can stop and camp on, we will. Easy Peasy says money clips. I want a money clip. Please.
My opinion on this is I need even more useless swag. Like that looks cool. You could physically have something. I think we need more cigar NFTs. Like something non-fungible, non-tangible, something that you cannot comprehend or get your hands around.
That's not worth anything.
That's not worth anything, right? Like, if at this point, let's just shoot for the moon. Let's just make it as useless as possible. You could just show somebody, I have this, and then they could just press save and then take the picture that you have of your picture. I don't know. I think we can keep going further. I think, just to be devil's advocate, I know people want useful things, but again, people still collect records, and who listens to those right about now? You can stream your music, so I need stuff that is more useless.
All right, Billy, what are you seeing in the comments?
I feel like this is going to make some people upset.
No stickers from Fireborn.
I feel like people love stickers.
Yeah, listen.
I love stickers.
Yeah, stickers are not going away.
I'm iffy on stickers, man.
What?
Whoa. Terrence, hold on a second. hold on one hot, smoking hot minute.
Okay.
Will you put the camera on yourself, please?
I will put my.
I would like you to reach out to your left.
Oh,
about
no,
3.5 feet.
I'll
Yeah,
explain.
go ahead and grab that coffee cup
Yeah.
right there. Yeah, thank you.
Yeah. And I'll explain. This is the only thing in my entire life that I allowed myself to put stickers on. This same coffee cup that I've drinking coffee out of for the last 5 years is the only thing I've ever put stickers on.
It's also the only thing you take with you absolutely everywhere you go, like a pacifier.
No, just my car, home,
That's
and work.
like your vape.
I don't have a vape. I don't
I know you don't have. That's
It's
your vape.
your version of the vape.
Yeah.
I guess so, but yeah, it only goes to be like within my car. Like that's it. And again,
Sorry,
this
Billy.
is the only thing that I only allowed myself to put stickers on. Everything else is like clean. I have a lot of wood in my house. I don't put stickers on that. So that's the only thing I allow myself to put stickers on. That's about it.
We need GQ Terrence stickers.
Yes, we
I
do.
am in the middle right now of designing new stickers for Cigars Daily. And just so you know, there will be a GQ Terrence sticker 100%.
Should I wear my Canadian tuxedo so we can say that I have good genes?
Terrence and I plotted this week.
That took a
Terrence actually
minute.
brought a fully denim suit so we could do a Terrence has good jeans sticker. But then this picture took off so much in the Facebook group. I said, I feel like we kind of have what we were. It's like the different version of the same thing that we already did. And so, no, I'll say this. When it comes to stickers, stickers are a non-starter. Stickers are going to happen. Everyone's going to do them.
Mhm.
They make so much sense for so many different reasons.
Yeah.
They're low-hanging fruit. They don't cost a tremendous amount to make if you make enough of them at a time. They do represent what you're supporting, and a lot of people really love them. So stickers are going to be around. I would say that in the way that this doesn't have a ton of functionality, sticker does, because it goes on your laptop and you take it with you wherever you go, and
Let people know your tribe. Yeah.
you let people know who you're with. So Mike Deffenborough says belt buckles are also needed.
Whoa, I would
That's
eat
not a
up
bad
some belt
idea.
buckles.
There's been a lot of t-shirt and hoodies comments. Do you want to get in on your?
Yeah, I'll get right on my soapbox and talk about how much I hate all of that stuff.
Your wife is asking for them, by the way.
Oh my gosh. All right. Now everybody's going to expect me to do it.
Here you go.
Hold on. Avery says, sounds like you like stickers, Terrence.
I mean, for other people, yeah, sure. For me, I've got like 2 drawers filled with nothing but stickers, and I don't put them on anything because my cup's filled up. So
Coming
just
from a
collect
guy
dust.
who also I don't put any like stickers or anything on my truck or my cars or anything like that. I'm not a big like stickers on things, guys. Billy's laptop is the last thing I owned that I put stickers on. Well, pull up your laptop screen. Yeah, that's the last thing I owned that I put stickers on, and there's like
And
6
it's been
of them.
a.
The only one that's on there that
If
I
you can hold
designed
that
is
up
the
to the
Billy
microphone.
Chicky
That thing is
Sticky.
wheezing, by the way.
How
Yeah.
old is this computer?
It's about as old as my son.
And how
Um,
long has it been around cigar smoke?
As long as
Since
his son.
2018. That was the laptop I used to start Cigars Daily. All right, throw my wife's comment back up there if you will. She wants hoodies and shirts or some junk like that. What if we had t-shirts at the upcoming event only? T-shirts.
It's turned to we when she
Yeah,
wants.
I know. What if we had t-shirts, which means what if I went out and designed and bought a bunch of t-shirts and then end up with a bunch of smalls and mediums after I run out of the 2Xs and extra larges? Maybe. We'll think about it. I'll think about it. Man thongs from Stag. What's our feeling on man thongs, everybody?
Wait, hold up. Wait. Where we go from t-shirts to
We all need them.
What? We don't need to talk. Yes, I do need more.
Terrence is
Anyway,
sold on the man thong. I can hear it already.
I've got 3 already. Make sure one's tiger stripe for me, Tim.
So what? Yeah, Billy, Terrence, what do you guys feel is like the consensus here?
Everybody wants t-shirts.
Okay, not about t-shirts. Listen,
man thongs? Yeah, everybody wants man thongs.
Yeah. Ooh,
I'm talking about
Cigars Daily
swag that-
banana hammocks.
swag that does stuff versus swag that doesn't really do any stuff. What are you hearing from the comments? You've seen all of them, Billy. So
Look, I'm
take us
cigar
inside.
privileged, and I have a very close friend that gives me lighters, ashtrays. I know a lot of guys in the industry, so I don't need that stuff. I like the non-functional stuff that I put in my little humidor, I put on my bar that just look fancy, and people come over, they're like, "Oh, that's so cool. Where'd you get that smoking Sasquatch?" I like that kind of stuff.
You know what? For myself personally, the cigars are what I collect the most. So like, if I get another accessory or something like that, I don't hate it. It adds to the story of, this reminds me of this time of my life and stuff like that. where like some guys collect bands. I also have a lot of bands to my name.
Mhm.
Where like I can grab almost any band and I could be like, I remembered I smoked this cigar wearing this colored shirt. Like it's one of those things where I'm okay with all the oh gosh.
I'm
Billy's-
taking this comment right now.
Oh no, what is
I'm taking
Billy-
this comment.
Oh,
Is it
no.
the one I'm laughing?
Elise Barrientos says, and women things, we want them too. We got those for you. It's called Los Stados Deluxe. Thank you, Billy. I'm
I was
glad that
laughing-
somebody picked up on that. What were you laughing at?
this one?
Take that off. This is good. That's too crazy. Okay. Oh no. No boy. Oh. I was just gonna say Michelle's comment. She says, "I love reusable bags." Billy has a reusable Oliva bag right now. Although right now he's thinking about one thing. Thanks for taking that comment, Billy. I appreciate it. So, just to be clear, in the future, if the question is, should I put that comment on the screen? Putting on the screen is the way we're going to find out. Okay. Listen, we're going to keep going. I want to take your guys' comments and questions. I do not feel like we're any closer to determining whether or not you guys want useful swag or if you just want things that are collectible items like a statue. I'm going to take a couple of these. Allison, my wife, also likes reusable bags. I think that's amazing. Gangster Mammon says demonetized. Just so you guys know, Cigars Daily Live is not monetized at all. We don't monetize. We don't even mess with monetization on this show. Mike Deffenbrough says, why not hats? I do have hats.
We got hats.
We got
Yeah,
hats.
I've made hats. And this is the thing with swag. Like some of the stuff you make it and it just sits around. Like people think that they want a thing, and what they don't realize is they kind of want a thing. And if you like, in order to do a thing, these things, you got to make a lot of these. You got to do, you have to have economy of scale to do this. So the goal when you're making swag is to make something that people truly, really want. Like you can make Sasquatches thousands at a time, and all of them will find a home because there are thousands of people whose wives are terrified that they broke their Sasquatch and that there's going to be a domestic situation. So I want to make sure that the Cigar Swag, at least with any projects that I'm involved in, comes out like just pristine, A+, like really nice work. Alex Camacho says any Cigars Daily Swag is collectible, and I really appreciate that a lot. This one felt like a big win because we're calling it the American Viking Forgekeeper statue. This bad boy right here is everything that I would want in like a cool statue looking thing. So super happy about this. Happy to have mine. Edward Brenner says challenge coins. Do either of you collect challenge coins?
Yes.
And what do you do? Challenge coins, I know that they have a function. I know that in the military, there's a function for challenge coins where if you can bring in the biggest challenge coin, or whoever, someone doesn't bring their challenge coin, they got to pay for all the drinks, right?
Right.
Yeah.
But like your challenge coins are basically just collectible sets, are they not?
Yeah. I just
Talk me through it.
get them. Like, there's been guys that watch the show that give them out. That's cool.
Yes.
You've got
Yeah.
some.
I similarly have this.
I feel that there's the cool connection when someone gives you one versus you just like pick it up at a table and go on your way. It's kind of
Yeah.
like Pogs.
like
Oh
Pogs.
goodness
Yep.
gracious.
Yeah,
What is this, the
everybody
90s?
collected Pogs for like 2 years before they realized that the game wasn't actually a game. It was just throwing plastic at cardboard and then collecting stacks of junk. JCT says, love the statue. Thank you very much. I greatly appreciate it. We're going to be talking about that in a little bit more on the community on Cigars Daily Plus. Billy, do you have any more comments to take on this? I want to get into some
We have
headlines. We got big stuff moving around in the cigar industry.
We have some cigar questions. I
Yeah,
don't
that's fine.
know. I mean, that's kind of weird. What's that? I have to find the cigar questions. They're
Yeah.
kind of hidden.
Oh, okay.
Billy's scrolling past all
here
the
we go.
ones that say Fupa Dam right now. Kid on the Way says, what happened to the Espinosa Warhead releases? I haven't seen the bomb case one come out. So I texted the head of the factory for Espinosa. I'm going to get in trouble for saying this. I texted the head of the factory at Espinosa. Great guy. You got to know with these cigar makers, there's always a guy that you actually want to know. You think you want to know Eric Espinosa, but you don't want to know Eric Espinosa. You want to know Hector. Hector can get stuff done because he actually does stuff down at the factory. So I call Hector. I texted Hector this week and I said, Hector, I got Echo Hails. I need my Echo Hails. Get them to me. And he sent me a video of them putting rings on Echo Hails. Just so happened that on the other side of the table from where they're putting the rings on the Echo Hails, they are putting rings on the Warhead, the new Warhead that's about to be released in those metal cases. Now, I'll say this. Everything's been delayed this year. Nothing that I'm familiar with hasn't been delayed at all. Even Steve Saka's precious Red Meat Lovers Fratanga was delayed by about a month and just came in a little bit later. That is super common. So I think that last Warhead release was supposed to come out this month in August. I imagine you'll see it next month in September. So lots to come. And again, Eric Espinosa is doing a re-release of the Warhead 1, the 6, and then what is this one? The
11.
The 11? Okay. Thank you, Terrence.
Yes, sir.
All right. Anything else? Any other cigar questions?
Yeah,
Billy?
more cigar questions.
Get 'em.
It's weird.
Daniel DeMonico. Not related, but I just lit up 2 Diesel Unlimited Maduros back to back. The first one wasn't clearly stale or a bad one, so I had one more. I lit it up, and it was much better. Any suggestions? No. The first one was clearly stale. I don't know. That's a bizarre one. Sometimes you get a cigar that's a little bit stale. You get one that feels dry or it's like feels hard or crackly. And typically that can be a one-off. Either the brick and mortar it came out of or the part of the humidor it came out of wasn't well regulated. But if you got 2 of the same cigar sitting basically right next to each other, it's hard to say. And it is possible that you just got a bad one. And I don't know how else to say it.
His palate could have been messed up.
Yeah.
Like if he ate something super weird that he cleared it with a cigar and then had a cigar right after. I've done that before.
It's like how I start my day off typically with something a little bit more medium to full.
Yeah.
Where like you not saying that this is right now where you just brushed your teeth, but like coffee and like toothpaste breath in the morning is tough to beat with the Connecticut. And so I go for something that will beat that. So then all my other cigars throughout the day, I have my palate already tuned for the cigar flavor. So again, maybe you ate something and then that first cigar just didn't mesh well with what you were eating. But then the time you got to your second one, you're like, oh yeah, my palate is clearly ready for this now. Just maybe a thought.
Okay, one more cigar question, then we got some headlines to hit. Loud Red. Can a dry cigar be brung back to life? Sorta. I say it this way. When you get a cigar that's dried out, you're going to think about it like an injured athlete. Sometimes an athlete goes out and gets an injury, and they can come back and finish out the season, depending on the injury. Sometimes they get an injury, and they just never play the same ever again. And cigars are just like that. And really, it depends on how dry they are. If a cigar is a little bit dried out, you can put it back into humidity, and it'll bring the life back to it. Sometimes you'll notice that it brings the life back to the cigar, but not all the way. Other times the cigar is irreparably gone. Nothing can be done to it. But this is typically after it's been out of humidity for like a very long time, because the flavor in a cigar comes from the oils that live inside the leaf, especially the wrapper leaf. And when those oils evaporate off of the wrapper leaf, yeah, it's going to more or less kill the flavor. So if a cigar gets a little dried out, like it got left out for a few days to a week, you can put it back in the humidor and expect to get a measurable amount of the flavor back. If it's like a few weeks or a month or 2 months or hell, 6 months, you're going to start to really notice some significant damage. And I'll also say this, the longer it's been dried out, the more you need to step your way back up in humidity to bring it back to life. If a cigar's been sitting outside the humidor for 3 days, 5 days a week, just put it back in the humidor. That should be fine. But if it's like really dry, if it feels particularly brittle, then you might want to step it up. Rather than putting it in a humidor that might be sitting at 70% humidity, you might want to put it in somewhere where it's like 60 or 65% humidity and let it step its way back up. Because if that cigar absorbs humidity too quickly, it can cause the wrapper leaf to explode off of the cigar. Then it ruins the cigar that you were trying to save, and you killed the very thing that you love.
Wow, wow.
Thank you, Billy. All right. Anything else? Do we get them?
We got more cigar questions.
Well, damn it. We'll save the headlines for next week. We've got some really good headlines. We're going to learn more about the tariffs, but I guess people want to hear about cigars. So
This one is for specifically our in-house throat goat.
Why is it targeted?
Lucky Bones says, what flavor notes should I expect on the El Rey del Mundo Oscuro?
Yeah, Tim, what kind of flavor notes will we be expecting?
I'm not an expert on that cigar. I don't ever pick one up and light it up because you love it so much. I A, want to leave them for you, and B, never have enough of them for me to have one. So
I mean, I go through the same issue. I want you to smoke them. But primarily with the Oscuro, it's going to be, at least for me, it's an earthy, chocolatey, really rich experience that way. There are going to be some not grassy, I apologize, nutty notes to it, components to it. That's a blind spot on my palate. I can't say it's a hazelnut or a pecan or anything like that.
I love that Terrence is gets so dug into flavor notes. And I know that all of you watching at home do too. But it's like Terrence transforms. It's like Power Rangers. This is like Captain Planet. Like Captain Planet shows up and he's like here to tell you about the flavor notes. Terrence will screw around for the episode along with all the rest of us. But when you ask him this question, he's like sunflower seed shells.
Hey, I got to lock in, bro. I got to lock in. What?
Keep it going, Terrence. You are you're arguably describing the cigar that you love.
Yes.
More than anything. So
Yeah.
I don't want to take away from it. I want to add to it. Just saying I respect it. Go ahead.
Thank you.
I'm going to take some of these comments and say nerd on them.
Yeah, go for it. But yeah, like some nuttiness. It's definitely like a really rich, earthy chocolate kind of combination to start off as like a main tone throughout the entire cigar. I don't get a whole lot of pepper out of it. It lives solely in that medium to medium plus range where I can start a day off with it or end a day off with it, and it's extremely satiating for the palate. So that's just one of the reasons why it's a nice Honduran broadleaf that doesn't completely wear me out, and I've had so many of them that I can have it almost any time of the day. So that's why I love that cigar so much.
Juan Gomez says, El Rey del Mundo Oscuro is my favorite blend to date. Goated cigar.
Goated.
There's a comment from Krusty Man Meat, and I want to put it up, but it has.
I'm going to go down and see it.
Go put it in.
Yeah, go down.
Well, it's got dollar amounts and euro amounts.
Yeah.
Do you want to bleep that out and read it aloud?
Yeah, I'll read it from the thing.
Yeah.
Krusty Man Meat here is
Oi.
right. I'm gonna read this comment, but we're not gonna put it up because it has characters in it that are disliked by the algorithm. UK tax is crippling the cigar community over here in the UK. How can anyone justify $349.99? I like that you did like the sales pricing for it. £349.99 for a 20 count of Drew Estate Factory smokes compared to 41 in the States. Opinions? That's insane. That's completely insane. No, $349.99. No
How many
way.
Five Guy meals is that?
You can feed 5 guys with that.
Yeah.
For a week.
That's beyond insane. I couldn't stomach that myself. Holy crap from the quickening. Yep. Dalen says, that's not a knife.
You did sound.
Why is he
kinda
Australian?
outlandish.
Listen, my daughter is dating a guy that's Australian, and even though he's like his accent's become very Americanized, I think it's all I can hear now. He's a good guy. And I have to be really cautious about that's definitely Australian, Timothy. The Australians came from the British, okay?
They're just the criminals, yeah.
And I'm saying stuff that will get us canceled.
What? I know my history. What? I'm sorry. I'm just saying. What did I say wrong? Am I not speaking truth right now?
You said criminals. I said Pumpadam. I don't know.
Hey, put it up on the screen though. That would say that.
Ben Strachey says he's literally correct. Listen, you are right. You have your history down, but that's the history part of it. Today, Australia is a country with a government and roads and like all kinds of stuff. So just to be clear, on this show,
Kinda.
we do acknowledge that. Yeah, and a horrible infestation of every terrible monster, animal, and bug on the planet in one country. Okay, you know what? We're gonna go to the after party. Listen, join us for more of this show. It's gonna be just like this, except we're not gonna get canceled when we do it this way. You can learn more about the pointless, useless swag that the cigar industry is coming out with, and about Cigartopia, Isla del Sabor, coming up November 22nd, 2025. Visit Cigartopia for yourself. A place with fun, food, and family. By the way, the food is going to be off the chain, and we will be joined by Steve Saka, along with who's the next one? I don't
There
want
we
to.
go.
Justin Andrews and Terrence Riley, some cigar industry bigwigs. These are some of the guys who are like my close friends in the cigar industry. I cannot wait to hang out with them, and I hope you will be there. Otherwise, join us for the after party. We're going to keep the show rock and rolling over on Rumble and on Cigars Daily Plus. And Cigars Daily Plus is our own platform. It's easy and free to sign up. It requires basically your name, username, email, and password. That's just about it. You're in. And come watch this show there and keep dropping your cigar comments and questions down below. And we will answer them there. Thank you for joining us. Otherwise, stay tuned for another amazing episode next Monday night. But we'll see you on the after party.
And leave your lives.